Is the Fortune Teller Baba Saga the most underrated Dragon Ball arc? Another video means another Dragon Ball arc we'll be exploring, as I'm watching the series for the very first time, sharing my impressions of what I think. Spoilers, I'm having a fantastic time. Last time we focused on the last bit of the Red Ribbon Army, and we're introduced to one of Dragon Ball's most iconic villains. But with the Red Ribbon Army story over, it's time for Goku to find his final Dragon Ball, as it's needed to bring back his friend's dead father. Although the path isn't easy, as Roshi suggests that Goku searches for the help of Fortune Teller Baba, as by using her psychic ability, she'll be able to locate the Dragon Ball without the radar. Although there are only two ways for Baba's services to be available. You either pay a large sum of cash, or fight some of her strongest soldiers. Does this small child look like he carries his wallet? You already know where this is going. While the stakes for this arc are a bit lower than the last one, there are tons of moments that really made this one stick out. In fact, I was not expecting so many supernatural elements to take place. From ghouls to vampires to mummies, Goku has been pulled right into Castlevania. I was not expecting to see Goku have to fight against the strongest of the underworld. This might be the most fun I've had with the Dragon Ball arc yet, mainly because of how strange it gets in the material. But before I get into it, let me know in the comment section below, who is your favorite character in the main cast that isn't Goku? I've already talked about Krillin being one of my favorites, but honestly, after the Fortune Teller Baba Saga, Yamcha might be growing on me, but we'll be saving that for the video. And while you're down there, please be sure to hit that like button. Helps out the channel big time, and make sure Goku doesn't get his soul stolen or something. Without further delay, this is why the Fortune Teller Baba Saga is awesome. So if Dragon Ball had a supernatural set of episodes, it would be these. Perfect if you wanted to put something on TV during Halloween. I don't know what I was expecting with what Goku had to face next, but the supernatural, I was very pleasantly surprised. I also wasn't anticipating for it to turn into another fighting-based adventure, where in order to pay for Baba's services, they need to participate in these King of the Hill type battles, where one person fights until they can't fight any longer. First, Krillin, my mans, what's good with you? You were trained by Master Roshi for a decent length of time, and you out here getting beaten by Man-Bat? My man's got taken out by his blood getting sucked out of the top of his bald head, losing so much blood and being forced to retreat from the battle. I knew this moment was for comedy purposes, but damn, I really wanted to see how Krillin threw some hands. Eliminated. Next in their place, being forced to fight, is Puar and Upa. I love how they're using all of these vampire weekend shenanigans to get the edge, like when Upa turns into a cross sign, like I damn near lost it. I was not ready to see Christianity make an appearance in my Dragon Ball. Does this make Jesus canon to the Dragon Ball universe? Anyway, next up is Yamcha versus the Invisible Man. Now, Yamcha is the real MVP in this arc because he understands his placement in the story. Goku's super eager to get into the action, but Yamcha looks at him like, you can spank everybody here, I have no doubt about that. Just let me fight for a few and get my licks in. And honestly, that's super hard of him. But yeah, Yamcha's another one getting absolutely slapped up. Unable to pinpoint his opponent's location, he's getting hit at every corner. Now, when I started this journey, a lot of people mentioned that Akira Toriyama has toilet humor, while a lot of his jokes are pretty risque for a comedic effect. And I've seen that happen a few times in the show already, with Bulma being the butt of all these jokes. But this right here might be a new favorite. So, because Yamcha is getting clapped in this battle, no way in sight to turn this fight around. Krillin had an idea to bring Bulma back to the battlefield, which by the way, she wanted nothing to do with this new adventure with everything that happened with the Red Ribbon Army, but it's seeming like an emergency situation. So Goku does what Krillin says and flies to the Nimbus to go get Bulma. Now, the show isn't telling the audience why they need Bulma, so we're just going along with it. Goku ends up locating her and Roshi and brings them to the Fortune Teller's arena. Now, I wonder what they needed Bulma for.
What is going on and why have I been dragged into the middle of it? Hey, now!
No way, no way, no! This is disturbing on like 50 different levels. Krillin, you're a freak for two reasons. One, you came up with this insane plan to begin with, even with Bulma not even being around. And second, you had to get the angles right for all of that to work the way it did. The exact position and velocity to hit that angle of blood exactly where it needed to go. Krillin might be the true super freak of all the freaks in the series. I mean, after that match is over, we start making our way deeper into Baba's domain, where you can see skull decors and candles all over the wall. The location really sells the spookiness of the situation. It looks like we walked into our own special little dungeon. The big surprise here is the next fighting arena, being this thin platform made of a stone tongue, located high above toxic water labeled as the toilet. I enjoy how the limited verticality of the stage made for some interesting battles. There aren't a lot of places to run, so they really need to focus on the center stage here. Yamcha's next battle is against a mummy that comes through a sarcophagus. In this entire fight, the mummy is outpacing him almost 3-1. But this is where he really started to show his gangster. Even though he was getting cooked, he was not going down without a proper fight. The mummy is holding him above the toilet, ready to toss him in, offering Yamcha a chance to submit. Then he goes and does this.
Do you give up? Answer me!
Goku can't!
This is when Yamcha leveled up to GOAT status for me, because regardless of how much he was going to lose this fight, he boxed. He didn't run no matter how the odds were stacked against him, even embracing death like a champion, refusing to admit defeat. Definitely a massive standout moment for Yamcha for me. Fortunately, Goku uses the power pole to catch him real quick, and with Yamcha out of the running, it's time for Goku to be the anchor and bring it all back. This line right here when he steps out the mouth,
We can start anytime you want.
the way he's stretching to get ready, the way he's amped to avenge his friend for his loss, this mummy is about to get rocked. And the mummy knows that, as he begins to shake in his boots just off of Goku's straight aura. He's like, forget this, we start boxing.
Baba, did I win the match?
Yes, you won the match.
As he's holding this probably several hundred-pound dead man with one hand. What a savage. Battle number 4 is against this devil guy right here, and it's a bit of the same. Another strong man anticipating Goku will be weak because he's a small child. The one standout moment for this battle has to be the Devil Might Beam, which is this dude's special ability, causing malice and corruption to grow inside of someone's heart until they explode. He uses this move on Goku to no effect, implying there's not a single negative thought inside of Goku's heart. How wholesome.
Sorry about your ceiling, Baba.
Now it's time for the last of Baba's warriors, which has been this old guy who's been lingering around throughout the other matches. In fact, he was also in one of the visions during the Korin's Tower episode. I had only noticed Baba when it first appeared, and I just completely ignored this guy. Although when the match begins, it looks like he and Goku are on the same terms, throwing blow after blow, maintaining each other's speed and aggression, getting to a point where the old man uses the Kamehameha wave against Goku, shocking everyone in the arena, because this is something only Roshi and Goku know how to do. Goku, being the slick Rick that he is, dodges the attack and sends his own wave while he's falling from the sky. The blast knocks out the old man, seeming like the match is over, only for him to get up from the ground and grab Goku's tail. With this being Goku's only weakness, he starts brutally slamming him into the ground. It's at this point that Roshi makes the connection between the Kamehameha wave, knowing Goku's moves, and the weakness of his tail. This old man is revealed to be Goku's grandfather, the same grandfather Goku loved so much that he constantly went on the hunt for his 4-star Dragon Ball. I mean, that's one way to show love, I guess. Are we sure Goku isn't Hispanic? He slams him so much that Goku's tail eventually gets ripped right off of him. Turns out his grandfather was here to help him remove his tail after all, which has been his only real weakness at this point. But as Gohan reveals more information about Goku, he starts to put the pieces together. And you could see Goku unravel from this fierce warrior to this small child. He comes to realize that his long-deceased grandfather is standing right in front of him. Gohan removes his mask, and that's when the waterworks start to flow. To see Goku show that much excitement and joy with reuniting with his lost grandfather is something that choked me up the first time I saw it. It's a reminder that no matter how fierce and dangerous Goku is, he's still just a kid.
There, now stop your crying.
I looked everywhere for you and I couldn't find you.
Goku, I've never seen him like this.
Gohan is here on a limited time visa to help out Goku on his quest, and with that being the final challenger, Goku and friends have defeated Baba's challenge, and can now search for the final Dragon Ball. I was not anticipating to see Pilaf and friends make a return, as the final Dragon Ball is located with them, and it's kept inside of this box that made it impossible to be found from the Dragon Radar. But now with Baba's fortune, Goku is in pursuit of the final ball, and he quickly disposes of them to grab it. Finally, after all this time, Goku has successfully collected all of the Dragon Balls. While en route to resurrect Upa's father, we get this montage of the two traveling, doing a celebratory lap of all the hard work they've put in. It's great to see these two having fun while exploring the world around them. They deserve it after everything they've been through. Afterward, the Eternal Dragon is summoned and they have completed their long quest. Reunited Upa with his father after everything that happened with Mercenary Tao. We get a touching moment between the two, and Goku finally feels he made up for his mistake. There's a moment after the wish is over where all the Dragon Balls shoot off in various directions, and I think it's so cool that Goku jumped and grabbed his grandfather's Dragon Ball so he wouldn't have to go on that super long hunt to find it again. Goku returns back to Roshi, but it looks like Roshi has taught him everything he possibly could. Goku has surpassed any level that Roshi could offer him. So for the next teaching tool, he tells Goku to explore the world until the next martial arts tournament, which the next one will be held in 3 years. I honestly wasn't expecting a time skip so massive, but here we are. And the next few episodes are Goku going from town to town to help out its people. There's a battle with an evil gourd, actual demons from hell, and even an upset stomach. But the real treat is who we meet before the next tournament. So I was not expecting to meet Chaozu and Tien just yet. These are characters I often chose when playing Dragon Ball fighting games, but to see they're actually scammers in this show is pretty hilarious. Working together with this monster to steal money from local townsfolk, with Tien and Chaozu stepping in to save the town for the reward money. Goku, coming to understand their little scam, tries to stop it, but Tien turns the townsfolk against Goku, blaming those two for working together. It's pretty dope to see Goku painted like a bad guy in moments like these, where we can see the influence these new characters can have on him, which makes the next future chunk of episodes so exciting to watch. Last we leave Goku, he's currently swimming to the location of the next tournament saga. He ended up missing his flight due to unforeseen circumstances, and is channeling his inner Michael Phelps to make the trip, concluding our time with the Fortune Teller Baba Saga. While this might not be my favorite so far, it was still incredibly enjoyable. I loved all the supernatural elements introduced, from vampires to mummies, to characters being pulled from the afterlife to box with their grandchildren. This arc had so much heart, building on the relationships of our characters, and showing us how they can work together to accomplish their goals. And Fortune Teller Baba as a character is a treat every scene she's in. I just love how she's drawn, usually fairly expressive for a person dipping into the dark magic. I am amped to see what happens next, because this only looks like the beginning of Tien and Chaozu's role in the series. Considering the next saga is literally named after him, I'm sure we're gonna have some pretty sick moments. But once again, thank you all so much for joining me on this journey. I know it's been a long time since I've made a Dragon Ball video, but trust me, I want to keep making these until the very end. I'll try and avoid taking several months to drop the next video, please. Emphasis on try. Thank you all so much for watching. Please be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and stay awesome.